All right, so KB, it is good to have you on this call. I asked a couple other leaders in the organization to jump on and kind of give their expertise on some of the things that are helping them produce volume. So as I was kind of like just looking at my own business and my own organization and just seeing a couple things that were happening, I realized there were a couple things that were just that I knew we could do a better job of. And as I kind of looked into this, I did a poll, right? I did a poll in the team page. I know a lot of you guys saw it, but I asked about what do you do when you ask somebody if they are interested and they say no. And so the standard answer was, of course, like I follow up with them, or then we had people say, oh, I follow up, but sometimes I forget. But the one thing that stood out to me is I intend to follow up, but I don't really ask them if they want anything else. And I found that to be like this really shocking, like, oh, I don't think I've really talked enough about the other products that we have in our business, that we have at our disposal, that are really meant to help people. So we know that our big product, the best way that we can talk about our residual is through Shakeology. But let's be honest, do we ever get those price objections with Shakeology? Has anyone ever gotten it before? Or have you ever had somebody say, I'm allergic to Shakeology, or I can't drink it, I just don't like the texture? Do we shut it down immediately, or do we say, okay, well, maybe they're open to something else? So tonight, I really want to make sure you guys are widening your understanding of the products that we have on hand, and that you understand why we can offer them to people. And it starts with asking them more questions. Now, please note that I am in no way saying like Success Club doesn't matter, because that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying though is that sometimes the Shakeology isn't going to be the option for them at this time. Or sometimes there is additional opportunity for an income beyond just the Shakeology. So what we're doing in those challenge groups, how we're sharing the other products with people. And so what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through the product catalog. We're going to talk about the things that we have at our disposal as coaches that we can start offering to potential customers, current customers, and even through a referral program if that's possible as well. So before I dive into that, I'm going to be talking about just Beachbody On Demand and making sure you understand the options with it as well. But before I dive into that, I want to just address what PV actually is. So when I say PV or TV, they're two different things. So PV refers to your personal volume. Personal volume is any of the sales that you bring in, either through your personal orders, meaning your own HD account that you ordered yourself and that is being shipped to your home, or it's your customer orders. So PV refers to any of the volume, which is sales that you yourself bring to the table. TV is slightly different. So TV is when, yep, I got you. Yeah, I think you're good, Jess. So TV is when you actually become what's called an Emerald Coach. You actually start accruing what's called team volume. Now, team volume is not your own personal sales, but it is the sales of the people that are in your organization. Whether you directly sponsor them or someone of your personally sponsored has sponsored them or whatnot, you accrue team volume for what they produce as well. When somebody becomes a coach, a personally sponsored coach of yours, you are going to sacrifice the personal volume that you usually receive from that person. However, you are going to get the team volume from their monthly sale, or from what other items that they might order, or from the coaches that they bring into the organization. You are still going to receive that. And guys, if you want to add anything into this, if you have anything to add, please make sure you do. So the personal volume, right, as we were kind of like working through this call, Jess, I think it was Jess that called my attention to it. She said basically that Success Club, when you achieve Success Club, so Success Club 5, and you have your own HD order, that is about $495 total PV points. So that's about 495. It estimates out to about $495 in actual sales, give or take. Now, that's not talking about any of the orders you had from last month that come back and they order again. That is just the volume that you bring in just from when you hit Success Club in a given month with your own personal order. So the benchmark for what a coach wants to, a builder in the business that we say, okay, they're standing out, they really might be interested in building this business, is about 500. And of course, as you grow your business, that grows. And I'm not talking about in a week, I'm talking about in a month. And if you're not sure what your volume is, if you're not sure what you're producing, it's in your coach online office. If you go into your home screen and you go to the left-hand side, you're going to see projected volume. Your projected customer volume and your projected personal volume are in that same spot. So you want to make sure that you check for that and you say, okay, does my monthly PV look like it's at that minimum of 500? And if it's like way above that, you know that you can actually like push yourself a little bit further. And if you're like, oh, I'm at about 200 or 300, you can say to yourself, all right, what can I do to increase this? And no matter what, everybody benefits whenever you say to yourself, am I offering my customer not just Shakeology, but the other products that we have in our inventory? Am I offering those up to them? So we're going to go over some of those things tonight. So I'm going to just start off for a couple minutes and I'm going to talk to you about All Access, right? So we usually offer All Access as a challenge pack. Totally fine, but what if somebody says that they don't want it? We want to understand that All Access is really it's huge. Like the package itself and the deal that you get for it is amazing. Let's understand that if you sell a challenge pack, you're going to make $50 commission on that. Now, if you sell a Kickstart, meaning that it's a 3-day refresh, with that, you're going to make a $70 commission. The easiest way that I have found to actually make it a $70 commission as opposed to a $50 commission is when I'm getting ready to send someone the All Access link. They are ready to sign up and they are ready to go. I give them 2 options. And I say, okay, I'm going to give you 2 options. One is called the Kickstart Challenge Pack. It's going to include the 3-day refresh, a month's supply of Shakeology, 1 year, all of the deluxe workouts, to every program in the Beachbody catalog. I'm sending this to you your way because the 3-day refresh is a really great way to kick the sugar habits or kick any bad habits to the curb really quickly and really kickstart and jumpstart your results. And I really think that's the best option. Now, I give them that option up front instead of just saying, well, here's the link to the challenge pack. I lead with the Kickstart. They either get it or they don't, but honestly, a lot of times they get it. They want it because they want to see those immediate results. They get excited about those immediate results, and then they're like, okay, I'm ready to like really dive into the program. So if you haven't considered leading with the Kickstart, no matter what challenge pack, I'm just specifically talking about the All Access, I want you to start thinking about, wow, that's a great way to add $20 commission just by changing the format of my sentence. So that's one option for you. All right, so the other thing is too, the way that you break down All Access. So the other thing is, Beachbody has given us like emails, all our customers, every customer that you have, you can see exactly what they have ordered. Now, some of them are maybe on the quarterly or the semi-annual for Beachbody on demand, meaning they don't get the yearly. Have you reached out to them? Have you emailed them? Have you asked them if they would be interested in upgrading to the All Access? The commissions for that, when you look at your commissions for Beachbody, sorry about that, let me move those real quick. For Beachbody On Demand, you still, even if you haven't sold Shakeology with it, you are still going to earn $40 commission when somebody signs up for a 1-year membership with Beachbody On Demand. So my suggestion would, if you're not comfortable with putting them into your challenge groups because they're not drinking Shakeology, that's your personal preference. But if you aren't putting them into the group, it is important that each, week or month you're following up with them and you're asking them, how are those results going? How are you doing with Beachbody On Demand? What program are you using in Beachbody On Demand? And really ask them about the results, and then you can offer some of the other supplements to them with Beachbody On Demand. There's one thing that I wanted to say about that. With Beachbody On Demand, the standalone, so if you're not doing this with Shakeology or the Performance Pack, you're getting a little under 50% commission. So that in itself, if you've ever looked in your Coach Online office and you see that you have like 15 volume points, and it's because somebody is signed up for the quarterly of Beachbody On Demand, you are still making almost, I think it's about 40%. I don't know the exact number. I want to say it's like $38. Is that right? $38.87 is for the yearly, I think, is what you make for the yearly. Do you know what you guys make on the quarterly? Do you know off the top of your head, Jess? I want to say it's like 15. Yeah. So you guys are still going to make a pretty significant income. This is going to add up. If you are looking at all the people who have said no to you, or if you've stopped talking to them because they said the challenge pack isn't for them, guys, you still have an opportunity to earn volume points and significant commissions by seeing if there is another option available to them. And all it is taking one more step and saying, okay, I understand that maybe it's not the right time for you for a challenge pack, but I remember what you were saying about how it's really important for you to have energy right now to keep up with your kids and all the sports that they're in. Can I make a suggestion to you that maybe you take a look at Beachbody On Demand? There's a 14-day trial, but usually what happens is people fall in love with all of the options that they have, and they have it for an entire year. Is this something I can tell you more about? And so walking it through those steps for them so that they understand, wow, like that's a really great deal. And you're not stopping. You just don't stop when they say no originally. So those are my thoughts with Beachbody On Demand and how you can talk about it. If you feel like you've already oh crap, I dropped the ball, I didn't take that extra step, reach out to someone tomorrow and say, hey girl, I was thinking of you. I had you on my mind. I know that you said that right now is not the time, you're really busy, but I just wanted to let you know there's a really great opportunity, and I don't know if it's going to be available that much longer to actually access this for an entire year for $99. Is this something you want to know more about? And making sure you're walking them through that. So you can't, even if you feel like the door was closed on their original sale, there is still something else that we have for them. And the catalog is there. And I'm not just going to stop with that. So Jess is going to walk us through tonight. She's going to walk us through one of the products that she talks about, I believe, in her challenge groups a lot, and one that she swears by. So I'm going to turn it over to her and how she talks about that product. All right, Jess, you're up.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to talk to you about Energize, which I think everybody refers to as liquid gold, and I call my lifeline. I drink it more than you're supposed to, and I don't tell people that, but I do. So for those of you that aren't aware of what Energize is, it's our all-natural pre-workout. So it's clinically proven to help enhance your performance by 5%, we learned at Summit this year. So it's an awesome product. But just a couple stats on it. It is 38 personal volume points, 30 team volume points. It retails at, I think it's like $49.95 because, of course, everything has to be an odd number. So the commission on that is $12.49. So the retail, that's for the full price. So it's always been really easy for me to promote Energize just because I use it so much, and so I naturally talk about it. So some of the ways that I personally promote it is through using it. And I'm not holding up the canister in my Facebook posts, but like in my stories in the morning before my workout, I'm like shaking up my yellow stuff. People don't know what that is. So they ask about it. And I talk about it a lot in my challenge groups. Now in my challenge groups, I'm way more frank about it. I'm not trying to create curiosity marketing in my challenge groups. I'm just kind of like, this is the real deal. And so a lot of people ask about it that way. I give it away all of the time. That is one of the investments that I make in my business because it has paid back tenfold. So I'm a numbers girl. I have found out that you can order up to 3 boxes because I don't like paying shipping. And so you can order up to 3 boxes of the 10 packets and not go over the $6.95 shipping fee. So that's kind of like my thing. Every couple months I order 3 boxes of it, and I give it away. I'll give it away randomly. We do Water Wednesdays in our challenge group literally every Wednesday. So randomly I'll be like, hey, if you hit your goal, if you're checking in all day with your water and you hit your goal and you shout it out, you'll be entered into a giveaway for Energize. Does that mean some of my customers and coaches that already have Energize sometimes win the giveaway? Yeah, they do, but they don't care. They like being loved on, so whatever. Hydrate is not my product, but I will just tell you a quick tip of something that I did with that too. I'm obsessed with Hydrate. I think it's like the most what's the word I'm looking for? Not under talked about, but it's never talked about. So I buy the packets of Hydrate too. So if I have a customer, I have a coach who, under promoted. Thank you, Katie. If I have a customer and I have a coach that I know for a fact get Energized, I am just like, hey girl, I know you already get Energized, so I'm just gonna send you a packet of Hydrate. Tell me what you think about it. And then they go buy Hydrate. But anyways, that's not my topic. So in my challenge groups, I do it all the time as giveaways for people, just random stuff. And then I give it away in every single free group that I run. So right now my free groups are all BOD based. So they're not massive because BOD is a requirement, but that means that every single person that comes into that free group is new blood. And at the end of the week, I tell them, if you checked in with every single workout this week, drop your name below, you'll be entered in a giveaway to win Energize. And I'll do like 2 or 3 samples for everybody. So that goes out in my free groups. And then when I have new clients sign up, I send them a thank you note. You can put a packet of Hydrate and a thank you note. Make sure you shake it so everything's like the whole way across. And you can use 1 stamp and it does not come back in the mail to you. So I will send new clients a packet of Energize saying thank you. So excited for you to try this. You know, when you're doing a morning workout, give it a whirl. The instructions are on the back of the packet. So I give Energize out like it's my job. However, it then turns around and promotes itself in my challenge groups. Like, for example, I had a new coach who, she was asking about Energize. She had come out of my free group and she's like, oh my gosh, I really hope that I win that. And in my head, I'm like, you're going to get it anyways, but okay. Sent her a packet of Energize. She drank it this morning. She checks into our challenge group about how she tried Energize before her workout and she's going to be ordering it in the next couple of days. Everyone starts commenting, what's this Energize? So by me giving it out, it's then in turn, they're falling in love with the product because it works. They're ordering it, and then they're coming into the challenge group and talking about it. From our Shift Shop launch group, our team combined to run that, so it was a pretty large group, and it was super engaging. And we had so many people in there that had never had Energize before, but we had a handful of like our longer term clients that drink Energize. So they were checking in the morning about how much their Energize helped them. And we had like 10 new people order Energize out of our Shift Shop launch group just because they saw, we weren't like vomiting it on them. They just saw other people drinking it and were like, will that help? And everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And they all do morning workouts. So it ends up promoting itself through those people. So I do a lot of it, kind of the curiosity marketing on my regular page. And then I give it away like nobody's business because I love it. I know it works. So it's not really hard for me at all to talk about it. And it's something that I think it's like, if you break down the cost per packet, I want to say it's like $1 something. So to put that in the mail, even when you're giving it away in free groups, it returns itself. So I don't actually sell a lot of it at retail because I don't have most of my customers that stay, especially now with the club discount going away, most of my customers that stay on Shakeology, they end up signing as a coach. But for me, and I know we're going to be talking a lot more about volume, that's okay because like very few of my coaches on my team are producing 90 volume points a month because they're at least ordering Energize, they're ordering Hydrate, and a lot of them do the 3-day refresh quarterly. So that for me, it's worth it to give them that because it turns around in an order. So I think, do you have any questions? Sorry, I talk really fast and I drink Energize.
No, that was really good. I actually was thinking to myself, I don't do those giveaways enough. I just ordered 3 boxes of packets because you told me to ship them as 3. Well, that's what I do now. I'm like, oh, that was really smart.
I'm like Oprah. You get Energize. You get Energize.
Yeah, because it is good. Like, and I think Amanda's in my challenge group, and Sarah, but we can do that more. Like, that's something I didn't even think of. I don't know why. That was a really good suggestion though. Very cool.
I hope they come out with the packets of the other line, because I have a coach who she orders Shakeology, she orders Energize, she does a 3-day refresh quarterly. So when she won the giveaway last week, I'm like, hey, I'll just send you a sample of Hydrate. And she turned around and ordered Hydrate. So I'm like, okay, give us Recover, give us other stuff, because I'll just.
Yeah. I don't know why they haven't yet. I know that it's in the works. I did hear that it is in the works, but it just hasn't happened yet. So, I mean, I know they're going to, it just hasn't happened yet. So, cool. Awesome. All right. So, a perfect segue then, because Katie is actually going to talk to us about the performance line, which she swears by, and she talks about with the people who go to her classes. And this is just going to be a great informational piece for you guys to also learn how you can promote this with your customers as well. All right, Katie, you're up.
Woo, okay. I don't know if I can talk as fast as Jess, but I don't know if she said this, but one good thing to also let your clients know that with Energize, you actually get higher benefit use with repeated usage, and you see an increase in your workout performance 1 to 2 months of like daily usage. So if you use it one day and then you skip a couple days and use it again, you're not going to see as great of an output in your performance, rather than like making sure you're drinking it every day. So it's something good to let your people know. So she touched on Energize, which is awesome. So you've got Recover and Recharge, which are two awesome supplements for anyone that is working out for their like immediate workout and then that overnight. And this is for anyone that, you know, it doesn't matter where they are in their fitness journey, but this is really going to help them with that, what they call DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. So you can sound all fancy and be like, oh, you got DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. And there's so much research that has been put into Recover and Recharge that doesn't even compare to anything that is out there on the market, which is why that, you know, they have to go through us to get those things. So I'm going to talk about Recover first, and it's $69.95. You get about 20 servings in a container. PV breaks down to 52. It's really weird. And then your team volume is 40. So some things to know. The purpose of Recover is to recover, revive, and rebuild your muscles. And there's 3 proteins that you can find in Recover, which is slow, medium, and fast. And you want to be able to drink that within that 30-minute window of finishing your workout, because rather than eating a meal post-workout, that takes longer for your system to digest and longer for those nutrients to get to your muscles to help them rebuild and repair. By drinking that protein that has a slow, medium, and fast releasing proteins, it goes straight to your muscles and straight to helping them rebuild, repair, and recover. So it's just something really great to have. And again, that 30-minute window is really, really key. So if you have people that are traveling or using BOD or like to go to the gym, then they drive home or they go work out and then they like go run errands, they should have that in their car, ready to go, ready to get to those muscles, because you've just, I don't want to say like ruined your workout, but you've really lost a lot of benefit to help your muscles repair and rebuild. Something else to know about Recover that's really important that I tell everyone is about anti-inflammatory. So a lot of athletes, people out there are taking NSAIDs, which is like ibuprofen, Tylenol, all those things. It's really bad for your digestive system, for your gut, can cause ulcers, liver problems. In Recover, you've got that pomegranate and the phytonutrients that are helping with all of that muscle soreness. I swear by it. I don't take ibuprofen anymore. I don't take any of those things, because you're getting the straight, you know, they use the highest quality ingredients. They've done the research. And so they're getting all of those benefits for that muscle soreness in Recover. One thing, so if you talk to anybody in like big into athletics, if you're talking to CrossFit people, people that are training hard, and they're going to have questions like, well, why aren't there added vitamins in there, vitamin C and vitamin E, or why isn't our protein fortified, which is something that you might find in the GNC market. is because they haven't found any research-based evidence that added vitamins and fortification to the protein is going to actually help you post-workout. It actually hinders you post-workout. So those proteins out there on the market that have vitamin C and E actually can hinder your workout performance and your workout recovery. So that's something else good to know. And when the slow, medium, and fast protein is mixed with a vitamin like vitamin C or vitamin E, it actually defeats the purpose. So do not mix your Recover with your Shakeology, or you're like null and voiding your Recover. Drink them separate, keep them separated, because then you're just kind of, that's not worth, you just wasted everything, basically. So don't do that. Then you've got Recharge, which is something that you take at night whenever that muscle soreness can set in. Your body overnight, you know, it's depleted of nutrients because you're sleeping and you're not eating, and your muscles, to repair themselves, need something. So the casein protein, which is in Recharge, is a slow releasing protein that's going to help your body repair and recover overnight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel that stiffness in your joints. If you did a lot of arm work or a lot of leg work, it helps to alleviate. Now, are you going to wake up with some muscle soreness? Yes, but it's going to be much less than what it would if you didn't drink that Recharge at night after a really heavy cardio day or a really heavy lifting day. Another thing that sets Recharge apart from everything else, again, are the nutrients that they use to make Recharge. So they have the tart cherry, which is up and coming, but we've already done that research. It helps, again, with the inflammation and the soreness in your muscles and having that in your system. So letting people know that we're using these all natural plant-based ingredients. There's nothing artificial. We don't have any sweeteners, fillers, none of that. So that's why it is the price that it is. And we've done this research with top elite athletes. So we have the research base. And I think one of the best things, if you don't know this, we are partners with Ironman. So if you think about top athletes out there, like Olympic athletes, CrossFit athletes, Ironman athletes, they're the best of the best of the best of the best. They're only going to drink what's amazing or put amazing products in their body if they believe in it. So they use Energize, they use Recharge, and they use Recover. So I think being able to put that name with our product gives us a huge incentive, or a huge like one up on everybody else, because not everybody can say that they're partners with Ironman. So there's that.
Sort of.
Katie, there was one question in the comments, and Taylor may have answered it, but it was, is there a certain amount of time between when you should drink your Recover and your Shakeology?
Shakeology, I would let it at least digest, because you want to let your body get that protein in there. Yeah, I mean, for me, I drink it, and then I know within like 30 to 45 minutes, I'm hungry. So I know that protein has kind of gone through my system. And again, everybody's different, because your body's going to metabolize that differently based on the workout that you just did.
Yeah.
But hydrate. Oh yeah, hydrate. Hydrate. They can't, because they have Gatorade. Yeah.
There was one thing that I thought of with Hydrate that Mike and I started doing. So Nick plays hockey, and I actually give my kids Hydrate instead. Yeah. We don't buy like Gatorade, or we don't actually buy juice or anything like that. But when it comes to sports, like when my son's playing sports or when it was really hot and they were outside, we gave them Hydrate instead of the Gatorade, instead of the sugary things. And it's just something that we kind of got in the habit of doing. And I actually, the other day at the game, a woman had asked what Nick was drinking, because she saw me pour it in. And I gave her, like, I had a little packet on hand for the Hydrate. So that's just another thought for you too, just with the kiddos, because it's not the sugar. Like Gatorade is loaded with sugar. Yeah. So just another thought for you.
Something, so if you guys, a couple things to know. In your online office, there's an awesome PDF on all of these products that gives you every detailed information. Go to YouTube and Google Beachbody Performance, and then each one after, and you're going to get a 2 to 4 minute video from Dr. Nima Alamdari. who is the leading researcher of these products. And then one thing with Energize is it is really safe because it's low dose caffeine from green tea. So it doesn't have the I had to write it down, L-arginine, which gives you those like heart palpitations and those artificial things. So we don't put that in our product. And then Hydrate is also, I use it for the kids, even when like the tummy bug has gone around or anybody's not feeling well down here where it's super hot. And yeah, Jessica, I'm like you with the samples. All of my new campers that have come to camp, they each get a welcome, Hydrate, and Energize because it's so hot and because they are exercising for an hour, and they've all fallen in love with it. So, yeah, good
Cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Really good information. Yeah, the sales and marketing or the marketing tools in your Coach Online office, they're really good resources for you guys too. We're giving you an overview, but we also just wanted to make sure we were sharing a little bit of how you can promote this stuff now, in your challenge groups. If somebody gives you a no, these are great options for you as well. So Taylor's going to talk about the Boost line. I'm embarrassed to say that some of my coaches didn't even know what this was because I clearly am not doing my job on talking about this enough. So Taylor's going to take over with talking about the Boost line. Go ahead.
All right. Hi, guys. So the Boosts I actually really love. We buy them pretty regularly. We don't use every single one every single day. So I would say I have a tub of each Boost every 3 months. Like, we don't blow through it. So I don't feel like this is a product, unless you have someone with a very niche issue, that you are going to cross promote a lot, but you're going to find people who have gaps that need filled maybe one day a week or something like that, that you can really use these Boosts to push the coach discount. Even just talk more about why you should sign up as a coach, because there's these other products. And if you're getting Shakeology monthly anyways, it's going to save you money. And then you're going to get all these other products, which are then going to be 25% off. So the coach discount is a no-brainer. So my intention for talking about volume and like cross-promoting products within my challenge group really is to push the coach discount. That is kind of my thought process behind it. And this all kind of happened when my dad signed up as a coach, because my mom uses a ton of Shakeology for these like bars that she makes, and my dad wanted the performance line. And so we really figured out for their business center how to get my mom to Emerald and only put 50 PV under her and then push everything else under my dad so that she would maximize her cycling. So they're making like a pretty decent income off of not selling a single thing. They just blow through products volume wise, and then my mom cycles off of it. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that would be just building a business based off of retail. My dad has customers that just want the Boost and just want the performance line, and they definitely make their money back, if not more, just by building for volume. Okay, so now Boost. There's 3 different Boosts. There are some that are my favorite. There's one that's my favorite, and then there's 2 other ones. So there's Shakeology Power Greens. This is $34.95. Our price is $26.21. It gives you 24 PV. Power Boost is going to be Power Greens is going to be for someone who absolutely hates vegetables and will not eat them at all. My husband, he's like right over there, and he doesn't like when I talk about him like that, but he hates greens, hates vegetables, completely hates them. They don't really have a taste. You add them to your Shakeology. You can't really taste them. They will make your Shakeology turn like a funky color. So if like colors gross you out, use chocolate Shakeology so you don't really see the color in there. But if you use vanilla, your shake's going to be green. People ask me all the time, well, what's the difference between just like shoving a handful of spinach in my shake as opposed to getting the Power Greens? And it's really just the density of what you're getting, and that it's like the tiniest scoop ever. And the fact that it turns like that green, it's just the way that they have, I don't want to use the word process, but the process of getting those Power Greens into that little tiny scoop. It's so concentrated. So you're getting a ton of extra greens formulated. That's a good word. A ton of extra greens in that little scoop into your Shakeology. So, you kind of just have that, I feel better. So when you have these people who are like, I hate vegetables, I will not eat them. I hate green things. Yes, we're talking to them about Shakeology, but then my next breath is, and I can get you even more by adding the Shakeology. We have a greens boost. Don't worry about it. I'll be like, we have a greens boost. Don't even worry about it. We'll add this little extra scoop in your shake and you'll be good to go. So that is Shakeology Greens. It's really just for like the vegetable averse person. It also helps your acid and alkaline balance in your body. So when you're doing the ultimate reset, you actually, I believe they replaced the alkaline boost with Power Greens. So you take them like as a shot. I know people who have done them like that. My dad does that in the morning. He puts Power Greens in a shot glass with water and chugs it. I don't know why, but it has something to do with like the alkaline way. I don't know. It has something happened. He read about it. He said that you should drink it like that. And I've heard Darren say that too, that he drinks Power Greens as a shot. I would never do that, but if you want to party like that at 7 a.m. before you leave for work, go ahead. Okay, then the next boost is called Digestive Health. And this is not my favorite one, but I love it. It is for like tummy issues, which when I travel, like all hell breaks loose. So this will be coming to London with me for sure. It basically just helps gently clean out your system. So I think people get afraid of it because it's called Digestive Boost. They're like, is this a laxative? What's going to happen to me? Am I going to be in the bathroom for 3 hours after this? It's not. It's very gentle. It has soluble and insoluble fibers. My husband does like a really great Tony Horton impression when he talks about the digestive boost, but it's just for those days when you're like not feeling so good tummy wise, or if you have customers that have stomach issues like IBS or, all those like gastrointestinal issues, and they're saying their stomach hurts all the time and they're having trouble I know you like, why do people share all this stuff with us? I guess they should, but like some customers are like, I haven't gone to the bathroom for like 4 days. And I'm like, oh my God, why'd you tell me that? But I guess that's my job. So then you could promote digestive boost. Is everyone laughing at me? It's like, I just see laughing. Okay. Am I funny? Okay. It's just to like kind of help all of that stuff do what it's supposed to do. I always take it on vacation because when I'm not at home, I just like my stomach hurts. And then also like on days where if I like eat pizza and then my tummy is like upset, I know I have digestive boost. I can put it in my shake and like kind of feel better even quicker. Shakeology fixes a lot of those problems, but digestive boost is just going to boost that process along a little bit quicker. And that one is $44.95 and you get 31 PV. So you can combine any two boosts and get 50 PV to keep an account active. So if you have like a husband's account, you can 1 month order the boost. So you can always be switching up your other products that you're ordering through like your husband or spouse's account to keep yourself active, which is a great thing to do too. And you can get these on auto ships and they count for your HD. The last one is my favorite. I'll try to keep this brief, but it is the Focus Energy Boost. And I have people who either love this one or hate this one. People react to it wonderfully or people like feel like they're going to throw up. Like there's two separate, it just depends. For me, I think the reason why I love it so much is because I drink my Shakeology. Yeah, I know Katie doesn't like this one. So I taught dance full time for my whole life until I moved here. But when I would teach really late at night, I would have my Shakeology in place of my dinner, because the whole reason why I loved Shakeology was that it would stop me from eating like fast food after I was done. However, I would still be tired. Like Shakeology would give me a little bit, but I would have like 3 more hours to go in the night. I would have started at 9 a.m. And if I put the energy boost in there, it just really like, I felt like tunnel focused, but I was active. I was moving around. I wasn't sitting around doing a desk job. So I was able to like exert that energy. So I think if you're someone who's active, that has, that needs like an extra energy boost, or you find yourself like constantly drinking coffee because you are just so busy. I think if you're a busy person moving active wise, Focus Energy is amazing. I think if you take it and you are like sitting still and your body isn't really like exerting the Focus Energy, those are the people that I tend to see like have an issue with it and like say it makes them sick. I've never felt sick ever. I love it so much. I use it at least 3 times a week. We use it all the time. I use it all the time. I swear by it. I'm a night owl, so I usually am like running around in the evenings, and it keeps me kind of moving and grooving. But it is definitely my favorite one. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't give me the jitters. It feels like I drank like a cup of coffee, but also like my attention, like my focus. The word focus energy is like perfect for that one for me. But everyone, I have had a lot of customers that don't like it. So that one, it just depends on what your people are doing. If they're busy people, I would definitely recommend it. And that's it. That one is 35 PV. It is $49.95 for us, and $37.46 for us, and $50 for a regular person. This one also has the green tea in it, so it's not like a coffee rush. So if you have people who are like, have you ever had those customers that drink, like, I drink like 7 cups of coffee before noon? This would be something they should try instead of that. Okay, that's all I got.
Do you ever give them like trials of it? I know they're not in trial packs, but do you ever like?
I don't, because it's like so weird to try to do that like with your own product. Sometimes I think I would be doing that way too much, but I just do the money back guarantee. I always talk about that if you don't like it, but it's like such a small thing. Like when people get it and they're like, oh, and it's not something, I don't have anyone besides my dad. I don't really have anyone that is on HD with a Boost. It's like every couple months I'll see like someone order a Boost product.
Got
or
it.
if they know they're going to be traveling, I'll be like, you should get the Boost because your tummy's going to be upset. Like I'll like talk like that to challenge.
And is it something you consistently share in your challenge groups, or not as much?
Not like as a post, but if someone says like, I'm so busy, if someone makes like a coffee comment in a challenge group, I will comment about focus energy. Or if someone says, I hate green things, I'll comment. Like I'm just always talking about the products because I love them, not like, you should now buy this thing.
Yeah.
Because
So just kind of being aware of like what your customers need and being able to have a solution for them in hand too. So very cool. All right. Okay. So now Steph is going to talk for a couple minutes about Daily Sunshine. And go ahead, Steph. We're a little bit behind, so we'll try to keep it at about like a couple minutes each.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's no problem. I already adjusted my timer, even though you know I like to talk. So just give me the snippety snip. Okay, Daily Sunshine. So this one's, I'll be honest, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience with this yet because it's a newer product, obviously, so I don't think any of us really do. But I will give you what I can so far. So first we'll start with volume. So the PV and the team volume are both the same, 90. It's the same as Shakeology. Everything as far as like the numbers go is the same as Shakeology. It's the same cost. It's the same commission. It's like $32.50-ish. But it is different. So I know like when it first came out, like my first reaction to it was even like, oh, it's like a kid's version of Shakeology, but it's really not. I mean, it's an easy way to kind of think about it, but it's not the same. And I think that's where there's been a lot of confusion as, you know, oh, it's the same cost, but you know, if I have 3 kids, then how am I going to get 3 supplies of this every month? So there's kind of like that whole, stuff with it going on right now where people are, you know, struggling how to promote it and even just to like buy it themselves, which is understandable. I mean, I have 1 child, so it's a little easier for me to justify buying it for her for the month. So that's one thing actually that I have done. I did buy a month's supply of it, and I did it for a couple of reasons. I mean, we are very big on, you know, giving Julia like quality nutrition. She was, you know, always taking a little bit of my Shakeology every day. So now, you know, it's not that I don't give her some of my Shakeology still, but she's not home since she started kindergarten. So she's not home when I'm drinking my shakes. So, it's a perfect after school snack for her, and she actually really likes it. So, I am in the process of kind of like, I've been tallying up some posts, and I'm going to start posting about that now that she's in school, showing her having it when she's coming home and, you know, how much she likes it and that sort of thing. But it is, as far as like, it is certified organic and it is certified non-GMO. So that part is different, even though like Shakeology is technically organic and non-GMO, it's not certified. So that's a difference as far as like where the cost comes in. And, you know, it's, It's also gluten-free, soy-free, and dairy-free. So one way that I've been trying to promote it is mainly with current customers that do have kids, customers that have been drinking Shakeology themselves for quite a while now, and see the value in that. That's a good transition if they have kids, and they see that value, maybe bring it up. I've been hearing a lot lately about asking people to test things out for you. So it's a new product. I think that would be a good way to kind of like ease into it with some people. Hey, we have this new product. I know you have kids, and I know you're really, you find value in giving them healthy food and healthy nutrition. Would you be willing to try this out for me? And they have a sampler pack that you can either direct them to, or depending on your situation, maybe you give them a sample, they buy one sample, you could do a prize, you could do, all sorts of things. So there's an FAQ out there. It's 8006. And I would highly encourage you guys to look at it. I'll go over a couple things from that real quick, but it kind of explains the value. So even though Daily Sunshine is considered a snack and not necessarily like a meal replacement, how we talk about with Shakeology, it may not necessarily fill a child up as much as a actual meal would, but the nutritional value in it is where you have your gains. So just in one serving of it, you have, I'm just going to give a couple examples, the equivalent of 2 eggs and a cup of sliced apples with the skin, a half of a small banana, 1 1/3 cups of milk, like the 2% milk, a 1/3 cup of plain dairy yogurt or plain milk yogurt. It doesn't mean that these things are in it. It just means that this is the equivalent of the nutritional value that it has. 2 ounces of lean ground beef, a 1/4 cup of pineapple chunks, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So all of that they're getting all of that equivalent nutritional value in that one serving. So I think that's where I would encourage you guys, like I said, to go look at that FAQ so you can kind of learn about the value of it, and that can kind of help you, talk through it a little bit with people who are having trouble with the price. So that's all I got.
Yeah. And I do find it's just like the boost with Taylor, what she was saying was that Nick doesn't drink it every day. Like kids
Right.
just, I think that they're more fickle. They're not going to drink Shakeology,
Yep.
drink Shakeology every day. Like I don't know, they just don't. But I do think it's a great alternative and something to have on hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that it definitely isn't the replacement. And Taylor added the article about Shakeology versus Daily Sunshine. This is a really good tool for you to just educate yourself on so that you know the difference between the two. So, all right, cool. All right, Jody, you are up with Derm Exclusive. So, and thank you, Steph.
You're welcome.
Probably about four to 6 months ago. And I ordered it basically because I didn't really want to go buy my regular moisturizer that I was running out of because it was kind of inconvenient to get to. And I figured I would just try this out. And I actually really do like it a lot. And I think that it is a line that probably goes unnoticed a lot. And since Beachbody is so well known for its nutritional component, its workouts, I think a lot of people kind of just don't even know about the Derm Exclusive line at all. So they have it they break it down into, they've got a lot of different products, a lot of different moisturizers, face creams, night renewal creams. They've got a fill and freeze wrinkle. Eamon, please give me a minute. A fill and freeze wrinkle moisturizer. And they also bundle it together. So when I first got the package, I got the exclusive introductory kit, which comes with the micro peel resurfacing pads, the intensive repair serum, the collagen lift, and the fill and freeze wrinkle treatment. And together, that bundle, it was a 30-day supply. They have a 30-day supply or a 90-day supply. The 30-day supply goes for $39.95 regular price on all of that, and personal volume is $15. The 4-piece set in the 90-day intro kit is a 60 personal volume, and the 7-piece 90-day ultimate kit actually has 85 volume points for that one. And basically, the whole skin line has been endorsed by Dr. Andrew Orden. He was, I don't know if any of you have seen the show The Doctors. He is the dermatologist that's on that. And a lot of the products, when used together, especially, they say that it's as good as having a professional service done. So that, like the Derm Exclusive, exfoliates 6 times better than a professional microdermabrasion in 7 days. In 14 days, the Derm Exclusive visibly reduces fine lines and wrinkles 2 times better than a chemical peel. And in 28 days, the Derm Exclusive can brighten uneven skin tone and fade age spots equal to the photofacial. I do know, when I first started using it, probably a month in, we had a little conversation, I think, in the KB about whether or not it was working. And I said, I did like it a lot. I'm pretty particular about my moisturizers and my face wash. And I'm particular about the feel of it, the texture of it, and not making sure it doesn't make me feel too oily or greasy. And I love how all of these feel, how they work. And I also love the smell of it as well, which I'm pretty particular about. So initially, after about a month, I wasn't sure if the fill and freeze was working very well. And that's what I had said in the conversation in the KB. I stopped using it and then started again. And I actually do think I see a difference. I like it a lot. So one other thing I was going to mention about the derm line is, and I didn't realize this until I started looking at the FAQ last night, you can actually get Success Club points with an HD order of Derm Exclusive. You still need the 90 personal volume points. So you would have to do, whoever orders it would have to do a double order of an HD, but it is possible you can get 1 Success Club point if you do a 90 personal volume of HD with that. And one other thing I was going to mention, sorry, my 8-year-old is apparently trying to steal the show. One other thing I was going to mention is a couple of people that I've talked to about the line in general that have done other companies, other facial companies, moisturizers. They've mentioned that they've stopped some of them because they do animal testing. And, Beachbody does say that they do not do any animal testing. So I think that's one thing to be able to spin as well, because I know I have a lot of people who, are interested in having things that their products that don't have any animal testing. So that's about what I got.
That's cool. Yeah, and Taylor's right too. A lot of skincare. I actually have been looking into mine and switching, but I get really nervous about switching. But I have actually been looking into Derm Exclusive. Didn't know that about Success Club points. Definitely should have known that. But good to know. Thank you so much for that information. We are going to have Rachel kind of take it home with the 3-day refresh, which I know a lot of you guys are going to be doing it with me on the 11th is when I'm going to do it. I know, I'm so excited. Actually, I'm not, because I hate it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm miserable on it, but it does work, and it is really a great way to kickstart those results. So, Rachel, you are up.
Hey everybody, so I promised Katie I would be here with glasses and coffee, and I keep my promises. So we will try to make it short. I have done the refresh probably 4 or 5 times since I've been a coach, and I hate it, but I get results, and I have a couple blog posts about it too. I have, I really recommend if you ever do it to write about it, because it's something you can share as a resource for your challengers and your other coaches. But the first time I did it, I was not at all prepared for it. It was after the Destin Leadership Retreat, and I came home really late Monday night and started Tuesday morning with nothing in my refrigerator. So I wrote a whole blog post about how not to do it. And then I did it a few months later and showed how to do it. It's basically a 3-day detox and there's people that will do like juice cleanses and stuff like that. And this actually uses regular food, which is why it's so important that you prep ahead of time. But so I did this, I did it because we had come off of that trip and I felt bloated and gross. And that's usually when most people do it. And it definitely kicks that bloat because you're eating your fruits and vegetables and you're getting your protein from the shakes, from the Vanilla Fresh shake and from Shakeology, vegan Shakeology. And all of that is kind of working together to get all that junk out of your system. Isn't that really nice and scientific? I feel like Katie Isaac is just cringing because she's so good about this stuff. So this is just like real life review here. But I do 3-day refresh as really right now because of Beachbody On Demand. I use it as a great gateway to get my Beachbody On Demand people into coaching. So they can get their Shakeology again and a challenge pack again with the 3-day refresh in Shakeology. I guess they could do the portion fix thing, but there's no link for it and it's kind of a pain. So I just always say, hey, do you want to like kickstart the next round and do the 3-day refresh with this next challenge group as a coach? You can get it for $30 versus $70 basically. So that is what I use it for a lot. Or if I have people that already have programs and they don't want anything else right now, then it's always the go-to is a 3-day refresh, because I can share my before and afters. They are quick wins, especially for new coaches who may have not gotten like great results yet. It's a quick win. I encourage them. You have to do the 3-day refresh. You have to take your before and afters and your measurements and all of that stuff. And it's because this is going to be like your very first tool as a coach to show what our products and programs can do. So it's an easy, quick win. I want to say easy. Basically you're getting your calorie level down to 900 calories a day for 3 days. Now you can do anything, and that's what I tell myself every time I do it. You can make it through anything for 3 days. So the results are worth it. You kill the bloat. I have had challengers lose up to 10 pounds on the 3-day refresh. Somebody that was like, 300 pounds and somebody that was maybe like 180 pounds. They both guys, but they lost 10 pounds on it. I've had women lose up to 7 pounds on it. So quick wins. It uses all natural products. I love that we have vegan Shakeology now in different flavors rather than just the chocolate. So last time I did it, I used the vegan vanilla and it was wonderful and I loved it. It has the Vanilla Fresh shakes. It has the green, Fiber Sweep, and you just chug that down really quick with cold water and it's over. I really usually get terribly bloated the second day and I feel like death, and then the third day I feel so much better, and then you're kind of like really excited to get back to the regular portion fix meal plan because you're like, I can actually have all those things that you're feeling like you're missing out on. So I love it to promote it for, like I said, new coaches. I have had challengers who feel like they've hit plateaus and this has broken that for them, or cut the sugar out of their diet again and just kind of reset them. And it also comes, if you just get the 3-day refresh kit, it also comes with the quick start guide and basically what to do after that, which is the portion fix system. Basically it's talking and teaching clean eating. Even if they don't have the containers or the other 21-day fixed meal plan or whatever, if all they get is this, they will be set up to go with an actual meal plan to follow from this point forward. So it's really, really a great program. You can't do exercises with it other than something low intensity like plyo yoga, stuff like that. So right now I can't participate in the new group because of training. And so that's another thing to keep in mind for your customers, but it's a great thing to do for people that can't exercise right now, but they can get a kickstart for their nutrition. You get 52 volume points, so if you need to stay active or help somebody stay active, but they can't do their Shakeology right now, talk to them about doing the refresh, because that will definitely help them to stay active as well. So I don't know if there was anything else you need me to cover.
No, I think that was really good. I was saying I actually love the fiber sweep. I'm a weirdo like that. I really wish they actually sold it separately, because I would add that every day to my routine. But all right, guys, so I'm going to give you guys a quick call to action because we want to close out this call. Listen, are you guys feeling a little bit more armed with the products that we have, and are you starting to think about ways that you can talk about them within your challenge groups and talk about them with your customers or the people who gave you those objections or said, no, Shakeology, I hate the texture, this or that. When you really think about it, you have so many opportunities to really help people achieve results, even if they aren't quite at that place where they can commit to Shakeology. Guys, we have Clean Week coming out later this month, which is going to be an excellent opportunity for us to take those people who are really nervous about investing in Shakeology and being able to focus for 1 week really on what clean eating is, what Shakeology is. But what we have now is an entire catalog of products that will help people get those results, even if they aren't ready to commit to that Shakeology. So here is the call to action that I have for you guys. Set a PV goal for yourself. Look at where you are now and say, can I double this? Like, can I double my own sales by starting to put more of this information out there? Derm exclusive, the tips that Jess talked about with Energize and Hydrate, talking about the 3-day refresh, leading with the kickstart instead of just the challenge pack is another option. Letting people see how your kids are drinking daily sunshine at the end of the school day. These are great options for you to really start putting out there as well. So I want you to look at what your PV goal is for the month of August, and I want you to set a goal for yourself. If it's not at that 500 benchmark, I want you to make sure that that's where it's raised to. And then I want you to start thinking about, wow, like all I'm doing, if I can just teach people to hit the 500 benchmark, how is that going to change my business? How can I start teaching this to my team, to my new coaches who are coming into it? And we're going to talk about that over the next couple weeks in the KB. But look at those conversations you've had this month and ask, where did they end and where can I actually extend? So where did your conversation end with someone, and where can you find these pockets that you can extend the conversation to talk about the performance, the refresh, the boost? Where can you see those opportunities for extension? And then where are those pockets, and identify what they are most likely going to need from the catalogs based on the questions that you ask them, based on what they need, based on what they're struggling with. Are there solutions that you can offer? And then you're going to start creating posts and content within your challenge groups or on your own wall about what you're doing that's going to help you boost your personal sales, your team's personal sales, that is ultimately going to increase the income in your own organization. So lots of information, lots to think about, guys. I will have this recording ready for you. I'm also going to put a PDF in the KB that is just about the way that these products can help you target a specific person, and I'll add that in there for you. So sorry we ran about 4 minutes over, guys. That's my fault because I was babbling at the beginning. But I hope this information helped, and I hope you all have a great night. Cool? All right, guys. See you later.